Let's switch gears on this one. So the storyteller, that's me, decided to hit the bar after a long day of editing. Needed to unwind, maybe do some people watching, maybe find a good whiskey. Instead, I ran into an old friend of mine, Willie Pat.
Hey, Pazan!
Now let me tell you about Willie Pat. He's a 45-year-old black man who somehow still looks like he's fresh out of college. Late 20s, maybe early 30s tops. A walking, talking testament to that classic phrase, black don't crack. I swear he might have a deal with the skincare gods or something. So we get to talking, chopping it up about old times, school days, jobs we hated, family drama, standard catch-up stuff. But somewhere between sip number 3 and me asking about his kids, Willie hit me with one of the wildest stories I've ever heard in my life.
Easy story.
And I mean ever. This story had everything. Poker, pizza, a wooden table leg, and his mother-in-law going full WWE. I asked him if I could share the tale with my subscribers. Willie leaned back, grinned, and said in his best Ray Charles voice, "Make it do what it do, baby."
I looked at my friends.
Here's how it
I was
went
like,
down.
It's about to go.
Willie was over at a friend's house for a good old home game of Texas Hold'em. The players, Willie, his father-in-law, his cousin, 2 neighborhood friends, and his wife's uncle. 6 dudes, a kitchen table, a cloud of cigar smoke, and just enough alcohol to ruin a weekday. Spirits were high, chips were clinking, and trash talk was flowing like it was NBA playoff season. Now, this was back in the late 1900s, Willie's words, not mine, when cell phones were still for rich folks and drug dealers. Everyone else had pagers and strong lungs for yelling across the street. So when hunger struck, Willie did what any hero would do. He called for reinforcements.
Hello, thanks for calling Mario's Pizza. This is Carlos speaking.
Hello. We would like a large pie.
Specifically, 2 large pepperoni pizzas and a mess of wings. Time of order? 9:30 p.m. Fast forward to 9:51 p.m. Knock, knock, knock. The guys all freeze mid-hand like a Western standoff. That was fast, someone says. Nobody else was invited. It was late, no stragglers. So, naturally, they assumed, must be the pizza. Willie folds his hand, grabs the money, and makes his way downstairs, stomach first. He didn't even ask, "Who is it?" Just swung that door open like he was greeting salvation itself. But oh no, my friends, it was not the pizza guy. It was the original crash-out queen herself, Mrs. C, his mother-in-law. And she had vengeance in her eyes and a wooden table leg in her hand. Before Willie could even blink, she blew past him like she was in a Marvel movie. No hesitation. She was already halfway up the stairs before he managed to close the door behind her. Now, what Willie heard next was something out of a Looney Tunes cartoon. 2 heavy smacks, like wood on wood. Then came the voice of fury. "Motherfucker, you said you was at work. This don't look like work to me." Bong. Willie rushed upstairs to find Mrs. C beating the brakes off his father-in-law, who, by the way, never even got up from his seat.
Got him!
Sat there like a crash test dummy, taking hits like he was the mom from Dinosaurs. The rest of the table? Quietly cracking up. Like silent laugh crying, trying not to catch a stray swing from the wrath of Mrs. C. "Babe, stop hitting me."
The fuck? Shut! Did I say no? Oh shit! Say it again. Say something else.
"I was on my way home," the father-in-law pleaded. "I don't want to hear that shit," she shouted, swinging that table leg like she was auditioning for Mortal Kombat. Willie, being the brave soul he is, stepped in and managed to wrestle the table leg from her before she cracked somebody else.
And as you can see, I am not dead!
Finally, she calmed down enough for him to de-escalate. Pops got up, rubbing his shoulder and ego, and walked out, leaving his poker chips and his dignity at the table. Now here's where it gets real guy logic. He left his money, so naturally, the rest of the fellas split it up. "He messed up the game," one of them said. "He gonna pay for it." As they're divvying up his chips like scavengers on a National Geographic special, knock, knock, knock. Another knock. Nobody wanted to open it. What if Mrs. C came back with a steel chair this time? So Willie sighed, stood up, and said, "Fuck it."
Fine. I'll do it myself.
He opened the door, and there it was, the actual pizza. The delivery guy handed it over, and while pocketing his tip, courtesy of the now absent father-in-law, looked toward the street and said, "Yo, some lady is beating the hell out of this dude in that car over there." Willie looked. Yep, there she was. Mrs. C. Back at it, throwing hands like the rent was due. Willie sprinted out, pizza still warm, and had to physically pull his mother-in-law out of the car. He stuffed her in his own and told his father-in-law, "Just drive, man, drive now." He walked back in, told the boys, "I gotta go." Grabbed a couple slices and a few wings, because priorities, and took Mrs. C home.
But wait! There's more! This one's a screamer!
Soon as he dropped her off, she and the father-in-law went right back to arguing. Cops were called. Willie just backed out the driveway and left. And he got 10 minutes from the house. His pager goes off. He pulls over to a payphone. It's his wife telling him to come get her, because her mom's just been arrested. And that, my friends, is just one of many stories from the legend himself, Willie Pack. Stick around, there's more chaos where that came from. Until you click again, storyteller out.